So, as we seen in the previous class, connection object, connection database object is going to be established with the help of driver manager class. It will invokes the get connection method, which will have three parameters. The first parameter is database URL, the path of the database, which database you are going to connect from Java application to the database. And second parameter is username, and the third parameter is password. In addition to that, if required, if needed, another parameter you can include, that is called as properties. These properties, suppose if the application needs the application values, if it support, if the database supports to store those application value in a file, you needs this additional properties object. So this properties objects, which uses the file input stream object to open the file, and then uses property object to load method to copy the properties into the properties object. So for example, connection db properties equal to new properties. For this properties props, you are going to initialize the database properties. For example, property file stream equal to new file stream. Here db props.text is the text file. You are loading this text file on using the properties object on invoking the load method. So the load method loads the input stream of this property to read the content of that text file from the properties object. So this is the additional parameter. If it requires it, you can use in the case of if the application needs to store the values in the form of in the files rather than the tables. Okay. Now, continuation of it. So we have seen class dot for name method with this parameter com.mysql.jdbc driver. We are loading the MySQL database driver. It supports for the JDBC applications. Then connection object equal to driver manager dot get connection, the URL comma props. In this way you can pass the properties as a parameter to the get connection method. And also you can set the timeout. So there is a possibility of attacks on databases if you are not going to set the timeout. So timeout here, similar to your session, so session timeout applicable to your application level, whereas this timeout is applicable to the database level. If in the slower connections, if it takes longer period of time to load the database or the properties of the file, so it wastes the resources which will be used for a particular user. To avoid the wastage of the resources, we need to think in real time. Resource wastage, if you think a one man objective or the individual objective, it does not make sense. If you think in a larger way, in real time, so the access, if the connection slows, then the other users gets affected to connect with the database. So you must set a some timeout if one user unable to connect the database for so and so seconds or the minutes. So you need to specify the timeout option. So you can specify the timeout option. So for example, this public static void driver manager dot set login timeout is used to set the timeout seconds. So if connection is established, means sorry, the driver loaded and registered. If connection is established, so how long, if the database is idle, how long you are going to wait for the user input? If it is longer in time, simply there is a performance degradation happens for the other set of users, because J2W environment is a distributed environment. Multiple clients are accessing your application, and multiple clients are interacting with your database. So explicitly you can set this set login timeout in terms of seconds. So if all it put together, then the fourth step of JDBC step is creating a JDBC statement. We have seen loading and registering, then connecting the database and setting the timeout to the database. Now the fourth step is creating the JDBC statement object. So how to create the JDBC statement object? Statement is a interface or the class. You are going to create the statement object by invoking the connection along with create statement. There are several methods of this methods exist along with the connection object. So on the statement, what is the necessity of creating the statement object, intermediate object? The statement object specification is with respect to the JDBC statements. Here JDBC acts as a pipeline between your application and the database. So whatever you write, the database queries which will be stored as a string objects. Strings are identified by the JDBC with the help of the statement objects. For example, string query equal to select column 1 to column n from table name. What is the result of this query? The query, whatever you return, it is enclosed in double quote, means this query acts as a string here, just string message that is assigned to a string variable called as query here. So what it is going to do? It is going to fetch all the columns present in the table along with all the rows. Right? All the column and rows, if after storing, after fetching all the columns and rows, that values where it is going to keep. If you are interacting with the command line to the MySQL, select column 1 to column n from table name. When you press key, enter key, it will display the output onto the window itself, right? But whereas you are not going to query your database through the command line here, you are querying your database through the application. So query result, you will get the query result. Where it is going to store? That is going to store as another object called as result set. Result set object stores the query result which is executing during runtime. Here execute query method is used. There are several execute methods on the statement object: execute itself, execute query, execute update, then execute batch. So several set of the methods which you can invoke on statement. So here why execute query is used? Because this query returns the multiple rows from a single query. if it returns a multiple records from the query, then you need to use the execute query. When the execute update method is used, when it is going to disturb the state of the database as a single record, or it is going to insert, or it is going to delete, or it is going to modify. In those cases, so you are changing the state of the database. In that case, execute update method can be used. Here just you are reading the content, execute query. Here modifying the, or inserting, or deleting. Modify is nothing but it involves insert, delete, update. So for those queries, you are using execute update method on statement object. Take the another example, string query, insert into table name values, value 1 to value n. So how many records you are going to insert here? One record with all columns. You are inserting a one record into a table with all the column values. Means one record at a time, or one record updation at a time, one record deletion update at a time. In those cases, you are going to use the execute update method. Execute update method. So creating statement, connection and loading the database driver, registering the loading and registering the database driver, connecting, creating the connection, then creating the statement object, then executing the statements, and closing the connection. This is the 5 steps which involve in the JDBC establishment of database, and executing the query like statements, and closing the connection. Every JDBC application, every Java application which needs the JDBC terminologies or the concept, it uses this JDBC 5 steps. Clear?
One doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, what is the difference between Hibernate and JDBC?
Hibernate?
And JDBC?
So Hibernate is the framework.
Yeah.
It is extension of our advanced Java.
Okay, sir.
By using Hibernate is exactly similar to your packages library. There
Which type
you
of
can
packages,
easily,
sir?
library framework, you can easily build the JDBC applications there without much difficulty, because it provides all built-in facilities to develop your application. Okay, whereas
Yes.
JDBC, you need to do all these things yourself as a developer. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
So
Then,
Hibernate frameworks is a built-in library. Here also you are using built-in library MySQL connector jar file, but there some outline is given. What outline is that? I told there is a 5 steps in JDBC. These 5 steps they have implemented there in the form of framework, like ready-made food. Only the thing is you import them and you use in your applications. In real time, those Hibernate struts and Spring frameworks are used to develop the Java applications, not just using simple Java. These what you are learning is fundamental to those frameworks. If you understand this clearly, you are able to understand that Hibernate, or you are able to understand that struts, springs,
Springs, boot, yeah, Springs.
JFC, JFC, Java Server Faces, JSF, right? So
Yes.
all are the frameworks you can learn when if you have a knowledge of this basic constructs. That's why those things are not kept in the syllabus. The reason is Those are based on these concepts what we are discussing in your fourth semester.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Next, uh, if you are working on the program 10, you just watch the video which I was uploaded on the YouTube channel. In addition to that, you follow the sum of the steps which I'm going to discuss here. It eases the development of that program. If you want, you can take a screenshot of this and follow this. Here, requirements to work on that JDBC's MySQL connector for J is licensed under GPL or commercial license from MySQL AB. Then NetBeans with JRE, NetBeans installed with the JDK environment. Step 1 installation. Install JDK IDE 7.0.1. Again, it depends on your system configuration. I am using currently the 6.9.1, the older version of this. You can use 7.0.1 or any newer versions. You can use the NetBeans. Again, choose the compatibility. Check the compatibility of the MySQL connector which works on that. Check the compatibility of the MySQL, right? So it's don't simply download and install. You need to have a configuration setup. So download MySQL connector J, name as MySQL connector Java 5.0.6. But currently I am using MySQL connector Java 5.1.16. 16. Either you can use whichever it is suitable to execute your Java code. You can use that connector jar file. Then extract this zip file to a folder. You will see MySQL connector 5.06.bin.jar. So if you download directly 5.1.16, you will get directly the jar file rather than zip file. So then example is you can store that C program files Java JDK 1.6 in library directory. Better you store keep this file in there. So whenever the NetBeans references this JDK library, so this is accessible, reachable to that application. You can place the .jar file there in the library, or you can place the .jar file in the library of your application. If you place that .jar file in the library of the application, if you create another application, it may not be accessible because you may be saved in a application library. So if you want access for all the applications, if you are going to create in the NetBeans, you keep that .jar file in the this JDK library rather than individual application libraries. Okay, this is the pre-requirement. Step 1 installation. Step 2, that connector looks like this. MySQL connector Java. See, some other variant is found here. So depends on your requirement. You can download that. So that will support this MySQL connector supports to connect your database with the Java application. Okay, see in the C directory program file Java JDK. In the runtime environment there is a library. In the library there is an extra extension. In that extension folder this MySQL connector is present. You can place wherever you want. It is not restricted. And here one more example in our discussion, MySQL connector, somewhere it is presented in the folder. So you can able to identify this file, bin.jar. So now, so step 2, add JDBC driver to the project on NetBeans. Add a library. In the NetBeans library, I will show. This is netmin. Okay, is it visible? In the netmin, suppose if it is application, your program 10 application, this program 10 application which will have a folder called as libraries. In the libraries, you are added the Java connector, MySQL connector Java. So how to add? Right click on the libraries, add jar or folder, locate the folder, which will have the MySQL connector. You locate and open it. It is going to be added here. What is the content of MySQL connector Java? It consists of the driver. It consists of the driver. What is the driver name? What is the driver name? com.mysql.jdbc. The driver name is com.mysql.jdbc driver. They say it is bold. Just you can expand this. In the expansion, you will get this. See, observe third option com.mysql.jdbc. Again, expand that. So you will get lot of the class files packages it supports to run your Java application. Say it supports for example buffer. If you want to use the buffer reader input stream classes, it will support. If you want to use the callable statement, these are stored procedures. Callable statement supports. See, and which is one, it should support driver. com.mysql jdbc folder exists here. Driver it has to support. Check driver class is present or not. Driver class is present. So that jar file which will consist of this driver, it supports for to connect with your MySQL and Java application. Okay. So the library file needs to be added to execute your application. In the absence of this, your program is not going to execute because there is no driver to connect with the database. How it is going to connect? Okay, if you miss this step of adding the library file MySQL connector in the application, you are going to fail to execute this application, execute the Java application. Clear? Now, so create new project as usual. How you are creating the new projects? Then, in project window, right click the project name and select property. How you can add jar file? Several ways you can add jar file. One way I showed in the library folder. Another way, go to the properties. There is an option called as, after selecting project properties window, the categories on left side, select library. Here the categories is available. Select library. And on right side in compile tab, click add jar folder. So directly you add there, or you can add here. Add jar or folder. When you select, go to, try to find the where that MySQL is downloaded, and you can click on that particular connector and open. It is going to be added to your project library. Step by step it is shown here. You can do that yourself. Okay. Now, after that, creating simple JDBC application. It is called as immediate solution or talking to the database. How we are talking to database? With the help of these. With the help of these. Talking to database means what? What you are going to talk with database? Is it a human being to talk with database? No, right? So what you can do on database? You can interact with database by querying the database. Your job is to query, means ask question to database, insert my values, delete my values, update my values. I will pass some values. You do that. You are instructing, you are commanding to database, right? Those commanding happen through JDBC statements. So first obtaining connection, then after that get the utility objects. The utility objects such as statement, prepared statement, and callable statement to execute SQL statement, then execute the required SQL statement, then close the connection. Simple JDBC application. See the simple JDBC application example. Package student package java.sql.star, all the supporting class file for the SQL, it is going to be supported. That is dot connection, dot prepared object, prepared statement, dot result set, dot buffer reader, dot callable statement. All the class file which supports for the SQL is imported here, and the class Java class which will have the private connection, so you can avoid the confusion between your program 10 and this connection. There in program 10 I used connection object con. Here prepared statement object st, and result set I use rs. I'm using the same variables to avoid the confusion, to make you understand clearly. Okay, connection con statement. It is a class level declaration, so these variables are available for all the instances which you are going to create. Why it is declared as specified as private? Each instance should have the private connections. Otherwise, if it is public, the other user can access your connection. There is a transaction failure may happen. To avoid that, independently I have to access the databases, independently do the transactions on databases. The connection object should be declared as private. Then student DB is the name of the class. You have created the constructor of the class here. Default constructor means whenever you create the instance of class, automatically this default constructor is going to be invoked. In that default constructor, which are the statement you defined is going to be loaded automatically without intervention. Now in the constructor you are defined 3 string, which these strings are going to be passed for the driver get connection method. This is the JDBC driver path. The JDBC which uses the MySQL database. In this path, local host, locally you are going to implement this MySQL. 3306 is the port number which you are going to connect with the database, and the student DB is the name of the table, or the name of the database which you are going to store in the MySQL instance. And for this, to access this database student DB, you need to have to pass the values user ID or username, root, and the password is root. By default, MySQL installation, it supports root and root. You can change these values by installation. You can change the values. It is not mandatory to provide root and root. It is depends on your um, requirement. Then after setting all the creating string values, you are passing these string values are URL, user ID and password in the get connection method. URL, user ID and password in the get connection method of driver manager class. This it is going to be assigned as connection object. Connection equal to driver manager dot get connection. The first line is current class. This current class student DB loading this driver forward to gain a and establish a connection between the database. Okay, then in continuation of it, there is a probable there is an exception. There is a probable like class not found exception. When it will throw means if you are not adding that MySQL connector to the library file, it will throw the class not found exception. So this can be resolved by adding that MySQL connector jar file in your library of your application or in the JRE path of that JDK. You can put this MySQL connector in your JDK bin library file. Then the next step is create statement. Example code for to create, insert, delete, update, view, index, drop, join, etc. So many things you can do. Talk to the database. The one which you are going to talk to the database is create table. So you are writing query 1 as a string, query 1 equal to same syntax. The syntax you need to write here to support for MySQL. It may differ for Oracle. It may differ for DB2. It may differ to with respect to which database you are going to talk to the database. You need to write that syntactical corrections. Okay, for this there is no exception for this. So create table name. You are creating query 1 as a string, right? String should you can use the concatenation here symbol plus to connect with create table. It is difficult to write in single line, so you are writing in a multiple lines, so you are using here. So create table, student table, register number, name, semester and percentage, and here statement object st equal to connection dot create statement. You have created a statement object. This statement object is initializing the connection by establishing a connection with creating statement. It is like a pipeline. Pipeline is ready. Now you flow your liquid. What is the flow? You want to create this table. So you are passing this as a parameter to the execute method. Execute. You are invoking st. You are connecting like by putting adhesive and connecting your pipe. Similar to that. So statement dot execute query 1. This query 1 is going to be executed and it is going to create the statement. Finally, after execution the statement, you need to close the connection. You need to close the connection. Okay, this is the simple example to talking to the database. Also, it is called as immediate solution you can give. and in the main method SQL1 is the student one instance you created here. So whenever you create the students, this corresponding default constructor is invoked, and you can perform the create operations on the database. Okay, clear? So we'll discuss this connection pool in the coming class. If any doubt is there in today's class or the previous class, you can ask. Amit, is that image insertion is solved? Amit, Amit, inserting images into a from HTML form to using database. So here I am sharing one link. You follow that instructions, you may be able to insert that image onto your servlet. Okay, I'll share in this in the WhatsApp group. Uh, Follow this link to insert image into DB using servlet. Okay, fine. Any questions is there with respect to the session?